Hi, I'm artist Lillian Gray, and I'm really excited about today's art lesson. We are going to go and look for inspiration from the Queen of Polka Dots, Yayoi Kusama. For today's lesson, I've got paper in various colors. I also have a black A3 card that I'm going to be sticking my shapes on. Addition to that, I also have acrylic paint, various size brushes, a glue stick, scissors, water and paper towel to clean my brushes. And right at the end, I'm going to add some fun, funky polka dot stickers. If you do not feel confident enough to draw your shapes freehand, head over to our blog and download the various templates. You can either print them directly onto your colored paper and cut them out, or you could print them on plain old white paper and trace them onto your colored sheets. The link to the blog post is in the description down below. Step 1 is to plan your artwork properly. I have been inspired by Kusama's flower arrangements, so I would like to create an artwork inspired by these specific still lifes she has made. I have decided to focus on this particular artwork that she painted back in 1996. Step 1 is going to be all about planning. I always tell my students, good art takes planning. So when I look at my artwork, I am going to think about in which order of steps I am going to be doing this. Well, by looking at my design, I am going to start with a background and work back to front. Step 2 is to prepare your background. In Kusama's still lifes, you will see that she uses interesting patterns and line work in her backgrounds. These lines remind me of her infinity nets that she created in 1959 when she was living in New York City. The process of making these paintings was a form of catharsis for the artist, who sought to obliterate her fears through the act of repetition. Step 2 is going to be all about preparing my background. You will see that in Kusama's art, she uses quite an interesting tessellation effect. I am just going to recreate that effect with some light blue paint on a black card. Step 3 is to cut your basic shapes out of the colored paper. Great, we have finished preparing our background. I'm going to place my background aside so it has time to dry, and I'm going to work out my basic shapes for my flower vase and my flowers, drawing it on the various colored paper. A tip that I find very helpful is to draw at the back of your colored paper so that the pencil marks aren't in the front once you stick it down onto your black background. Tip when you need to cut away the negative space of the vase's handles is to just actually cut through the handle, because once we glue it down, nobody's going to notice. Step 4 is to finish each element with stickers and acrylic paint. I've now finished cutting out all my basic shapes. I'm now going to finish off every single element with its polka dots. final step is step 5, to assemble all our elements onto our background. I have finally finished all my elements and we have now reached our final step, which is to assemble everything on our background. I'm using plain old glue stick just to glue everything in place. I'm going to be working from back to front. So the first layer I'll be doing is the table that my vase is standing on. As a tip, use an old paper to apply the glue on so that you don't get those sticky marks on your beautiful background. There are various ways that you can protect this artwork. You could either frame it, laminate it, or seal it with some Mod Podge. And that's it for our Yayoi Kusama inspired beautiful flower vase mixed media collage. I hope all of you enjoyed this lesson. If you did, please give us a thumbs up, drop us a comment down below, and share what you are creating at home with us on our various social media channels. I'm artist Lillian Gray. I hope you enjoyed this lesson. See you next time.